May I?
Go right ahead.
Welcome to the Rowdy.com Big 3 pre-race edition for the Southern 500 from Darlington.
The Showtime Southern 500.
Yeah, whatever. I'm Bassmasters. He's Buck Fever. We're talking racing, NASCAR racing, Buck. And as we do it every week, our pre-race show consists of a key from you, a key from me, and then we get to both make a pick.
We get to both make a pick.
Yeah, I know my pick is, and I think I know what my key is.
I have an interesting key.
All right, let's hear your key.
My key is, this is such a hard place to run. It's so tight, you're going to hit the wall.
Yeah.
It's just a very difficult place to actually get your line correctly. I think this favors a driver who is smooth, calm, and really under pressure is at ease. You cannot be anxiety-ridden. You can't lose it. You can't freak out. It favors those guys, and they're all professionals, I know, but it favors those guys that can be calm, quiet, and just take one lap at a time, do their line, and just move on till we get to the end of the race. Then they can go racing.
Yeah, I agree with you, Buck. This is a narrow track. If you look at the pole-winning speed for the first Southern 500, I think it was 82 miles an hour. It's going to be around 180 this year.
That's amazing.
This track was built at a time when the cars just weren't running this fast, and it wasn't built for speeds like this. Now, especially with the repave, we've got an incredible level of speed out here. So running your line, the line is unorthodox too, right up against the wall. That is absolutely going to be a key. And the talent level here has to be pretty high for a guy to win here. You don't see a lot of fluky winners at Darlington. The reason is you've got to be very precise with your race car. The edge, that little area you got to stay on, it's just not that wide. The margin for error, because the track is so narrow with these speeds, is just so small. So I completely agree with you. I think a key to this race also may be, Buck Fever, the double file restarts at the end. Because if you look at the racing we've had this year, the guy in the lead at the end, or the guy with a dominant race car, is frequently not the guy, I think almost always not the guy who wins the race. I mean, you go almost every single race this year and you think about the car that dominated or what happened at the end, and it's almost always some guy. Jeff Gordon's lost 3 in a row, leading at the final restart. I know Kyle Busch dominated at Richmond, but he wasn't in the lead at the final restart, had kind of lost the plot. Jamie McMurray at Daytona, he didn't even lead till the end. Denny Hamlin at Texas, Denny Hamlin at Martinsville. I mean, go over these races.
It's becoming the restart series.
Then you take that same scenario and you put it on a track that's as fast and as narrow and as precise as Darlington, and you get all these guys super aggressive because the race is coming to a close. Buddy, I think it's going to be wild.
It's going to be crazy.
You know?
And not to bring up Dennis Michelson 2 days in a row, but he did put on his blog that there have been triple file restarts at Darlington.
Triple
How
file.
about that? Pretty crazy. All right.
They had, I think, 70 cars or something in the first Southern 500.
That's just nuts. All right, speaking of nuts, who's your driver?
Well, I've said it, I think, 3 or 4 times this week. All signs point to the 24 car. He's had so many second-place finishes that he's ready to win. He's Jeff Gordon, so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, he's lost something. He can only run second now. He's going to win eventually. He's fast enough to win. He knows how to win. Plus, Buck, his record at Darlington, 7 wins there, the most of any active driver.
Yeah,
not only that, but he comes in here with 6 straight top 5 finishes, including 1 win. And that in the face of a repave, in the face of the car of tomorrow coming online. Nothing that changes at Darlington has phased him at Darlington. So I think you look how he runs at Darlington, you look how he's running right now, you look how he handles adversity and change, you look at the talent level, you look at the calmness that you talked about. I just think it all adds up to Jeff Gordon. Of course, it could add up to Jimmy. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to go with Jimmy. Speaking of calm, collected, under pressure, and I know he's won already this season, but he's due. He's had a couple bad races, at least in his terms. I think this is a time for him to put a foot down, put a fork in the ground, and say, "That's it. You're going through me. I'm going to win this race."
You know, Jimmy is the kind of guy who could step up and win this as a statement. Like, everyone's talking about Jeff, and Jeff's outrunning me right now, and Jimmy and Chad and that whole team could step up. I could definitely see those 2 guys at the end at Darlington.
Duking it out
on a double file restart late. That would be something to see on a Saturday night.
Brother, it would be awesome.
All right, that has been your Rowdy.com Big 3 for today. For Mr. Buck Fever, I'm Mr. Bassmasters. I want to thank Tom Law for the camera work today. Buzz Cutler is out sick.
He's out barfing, but he's going to be okay.
He'll be all right, we think. And if not, you know, what are you going to do?
Yeah, too bad.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.